All right, this video should have a warning. This is one of the most disgusting things you've probably ever seen. We have on these tomato plants some beautiful spider mites. Let's take a look. All this orange, each one of those, if you see them crawling, each one of those is a tiny, tiny spider mite. These are little sucking insects. Beautiful combination of both our favorite things, spiders and mites, and these tomato plants are covered with them. We've given these tomato plants a couple of weeks off of any spray, 3 weeks to be exact, so they can build up some sort of pest so that we can show you guys and control it. This is what we do for you guys. We sacrifice these plants for your educational purposes. You see how they create webbing, and then take another look here. You're gonna see some stippling, and you see the stippling is like thousands of tiny little yellow dots in between the leaves. That's not just nutrient deficiency, that's also the effect of the spider mites. Each spot that they're feeding on, they're sucking out, and then they're creating a little yellow spot on these tomatoes. So we got to control this, and we got to control this fast. We're going to use the Pest Protect Pro, and we're going to use a higher concentration. We're going to go 4 times higher. All right, we're going to get these beautiful spider mites. I'm basically Steve Irvin, RIP, legend. Let's get our personal protective equipment on, safety first, as usual. Full long sleeve shirt, long sleeve pants, shoes, and pump up our sprayer. We have it on the mist setting so we can get a lot, and then we are going to just paint. And we see the dissolving, you want to get the caps and all these spider mites, and you'll see it start to dissolve the web. But we need to get a large amount. You know, these mites go on the underside of the leaves, and this one's kind of cool. This sprayer's kind of cool. You can pump while you spray also. You have to get the underside of the leaves. You have to get kind of a 360. It's pretty difficult, and you have to get a high concentration. So you want to get a nice even spray. Now, we have this in South Texas. This is under a greenhouse, and it still gets mites and such. These are so small. We have the highest quality net with the smallest openings, but you know, you still get pests because this is just a high incidence area. So we should be spraying something like this with the Pest Protect Pro every week, okay? But we let these off for you guys. Now, this will probably you'll probably get the majority of it on the first spray, and then you probably need to do repeated applications to get maybe 100% or all of it, because you may not get every crevice. Now, you could stand here and do it. Now, it's also important to note, okay, this is diatomaceous earth and sulfur, so you need to agitate this periodically because the heavier elements will fall to the bottom. But we have a nice, and then I can adjust the nozzle too. If I want to go more of a spray than a mist, that actually works better for me right here. And then keep pumping and keep spraying. And then you can angle this and kind of get on the undersides. And again, this is a 4x concentration of what we really usually recommend. So we have a gallon of the product makes 10 gallons of solution that you can add on here. However, if you're doing it like this, you're only going to get 2.5 because I'm using a much higher. So for reference, this whole sprayer is half a gallon. And there's a hand sprayer. We also have the hose-in sprayer that you can spray, but caveat, that won't get at this high of a concentration. Well, this won't go this high of a concentration. So yes, is this tomato plant neglected? Yes, it's done purposefully. It's not aesthetic, it's not pleasing, but they're tomatoes, it's a plant, it has the pest. This is for demonstration purposes. If you really want to, you'd have to get kind of underneath here and upside down. You want to keep keep your face away. You want to be spraying this downwind. This is sulfur. If it gets on your skin, eyes, face, it will tingle. It's not, it's a natural element, so very few people have any sort of allergy. It's not the same as a sulfa allergy to medications. And it's diatomaceous earth. So the nice thing is this is the sprayed version. This is not aerosolized. So diatomaceous earth and sulfur can be very nauseous aerosolized. So they readily go, diatomaceous earth especially goes readily into the air. But this, you have it in a liquid format. So we've gotten a good spray, decent, especially, take a look at this. Take a look at this beautiful coating all over. It's like Christmas. It's like Christmas. Fresh snow on Christmas. Is this not one of the most beautiful and disgusting things you've ever seen in your life? The spider and the mite. We'll recheck and we'll see how the control is. Take a close look and see if any of those mites are moving around anymore, and see if you didn't get an instant kill. Now, we're not really looking for fully instant kill, but the sulfur does that. Then the diatomaceous earth helps prevent future infestations. These go very, very fast. Spider mites, 2 weeks, boom, you've got a new generation. 2 weeks you leave it alone, you've got a new generation. The eggs will overwinter. They'll hide in little crevices, plus the eggs can overwinter. Then this time of year, this is the middle of May, this is after Mother's Day, you're gonna have plenty of pests, especially in a hot area like South Texas. It's gonna happen. So you have to be able to control this. Plus, maybe this plant is a little bit neglected overall. It's a healthy plant, but maybe not the healthiest. The best protection against pests is a healthy plant. But in a pinch, when you have problems, Pest Protect Pro, diatomaceous earth and sulfur in our proprietary solution that you can now spray in water. Dr. Manny's Magic Pest Protect Pro. Spider mites, we'll follow up with you guys. Okay, so you see right here, you see the spider mites are not moving, dead right here, and then we'll go over to the side here, a spot where we didn't spray as heavy, and you'll see that there's still a little bit got on there, but they're still moving and still crawling around a little bit. So I'll reapply and add a little more density of spray, that we could see these moving around. These tiny, you'll see these tiny critters. If you focus on one, see a little bit of movement. So we're gonna spray it right now. We're gonna get some more on there and finish the job. So here we have a wand. Here we're spraying with an actual wand, okay? And that gives you even more flexibility and directional control. And then Adele, can you get it underneath? Can you go underneath there? Yeah, and get it from the underside too. Yeah. So this is another way to do it, especially if it's a tangled leaf. Yeah, tangled brush, leaf type of situation like this. This is, pretty out of control. You have this.